Hey guys, so last time we left off, we were just finishing up the second Robin, Jason Todd, and moving on to the third Robin. Third Robin is Tim Drake, named jokingly after Tim Burton for the, what was then new Robin-free Batman movies. He was introduced in a 5-part miniseries called A Lonely Place of Dying, which was shortly put into production after A Death in the Family. How shortly was it put into production? There was about 5 or 10 issues that separated A Death in the Family from A Lonely Place of Dying. Tim had figured out who Batman and Nightwing was at the age of 9 and figured out that Nightwing was actually the first Robin, Dick Grayson, and that Batman was the millionaire Bruce Wayne. He also managed to figure out that Jason Todd was the second Robin, and why he was no longer running around is because the Joker had killed him, which they never quite explain how he managed to come to that conclusion, but okay, sure. Tim was also the first Robin to be given his own series, and Batman took him under his wing after A Lonely Place of Dying on the condition that he would train with his former senseis to try and hone his martial arts skills, so then that way the same thing that happened to Jason would be less likely to happen to Tim. When Tim's father found out that he was Robin, he forced him to give up the costume and the lifestyle. Tim agreed, but on one condition, that his father would not blow the whistle on Bruce Wayne or Dick Grayson or any of the other many partners at that point that had been involved with Batman and the Bat family. He was shortly replaced by Stephanie Brown, and then when she died, and along with her father, or his father I should say, there wasn't really any reason for him not to be Robin anymore, so he put the costume back on and proceeded to be Robin again. When Dick Grayson became Batman and took Damian Wayne, who we will get to later, under his wing, Tim decided to take up the mantle of Red Robin left dormant by Jason Todd, and is Red Robin even now in the new 52, or at least I'm pretty sure that's how it's working now. Next up is the fourth and second female Robin, Stephanie Brown, which also happens to be Tim Drake's girlfriend, but we'll get into that a bit later. When Tim's dad found out that he was being Robin, Stephanie beat Batman into letting her be Robin. It should also be noted at this point that Stephanie Brown started out as the superhero Spoiler, and is daughter to supervillain Clue Master. Who's the Clue Master? Well, that's a completely different story in and of itself, and we don't have time for that right now. She was Robin for a while until Batman found out she wasn't very good, and then in a 5-part issue, The War Games, this is where things are going to get weird, Stephanie puts forward one of Batman's start a war with the gangs to wipe out the mob scenarios, and gets tortured and killed by villain Black Mask. It's later revealed that Batman's doctor friend Leslie Tompkins tells Batman that she could have saved Stephanie Brown's life but chose not to because she thought that this would make kids stop signing up to be Robin, and needless to say, fans hated it. And I mean hated it with a passion. They hated it so much that DC had to later retcon it and pretend that it was all staged and that Stephanie Brown was still alive. After that, she went on to be Batgirl for a while, and I'm pretty sure DC hasn't decided what they're going to do with Stephanie Brown in the new 52. There have been a couple times where it's almost happened that she's shown up, but for whatever reason, DC doesn't want to admit that she ever really existed, which kind of pisses me off. Okay, now this is where things are going to get really, really weird, so brace yourself for this. The 5th Robin and current holder of the title, Damian Wayne, son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul, was first introduced in a graphic novel designed by DC Comics in 1987 titled Son of the Demon, where Talia and Bruce pursue a romantic relationship and even get married. Talia becomes pregnant, and then Bruce Wayne starts to lose his bat manliness. No, I'm not kidding when I say this. Apparently being confronted with the possibility of being a father and a husband is making him take less risks, and therefore Talia decides to tell Bruce that she had a miscarriage so that he'd be a little moody and go back to being Batman. Isn't really picked up in the main stories for a while, and is played out in alternate realities, which you're going to hear a lot of on these Comics Are Awesome segments, which, yes, that is what I'm calling it, deal with it, where the child grew up to be Ishmin Alkvok, and I'm sure I butchered that name somehow, which roughly translates into Son the Bat. Hooks up with Nightstar, the child of Nightwing and Starfire, so yes, Teen Titans fans, that eventually works out. and wouldn't be brought back into the main continuity outside of Kingdom Come until 20 years after that, in the what was then Grant Morrison's new comic books, trying to rework all of the weird stuff that had been retconned out of Batman's mythology. It's then revealed that Damian Wayne, or at the time Damian Al Ghul, was trained by Talia in the League of Assassins to become a master assassin himself, and was raised without Bruce Wayne knowing that he existed. Damian Wayne later then betrays his mother in the League of Assassins, goes by his father's side when his father kind of sort of gets killed almost right after that, and then becomes Robin, and I'm pretty sure still Robin in the New 52. In the non-New 52 stories, he is, I think they're calling him Redbird. I'm not sure why that is or what it has to do with anything really, but yeah, okay, sure. It looks like I was wrong. This is going to take 3 episodes, so next time we'll be finishing off with Carrie Kelly, the Robin in Return of the Dark Knight. See you guys next time.